Hello friends, welcome to SahuStudies. In this video, we are going to see how map function works in PySpark. So let's discuss something about the map. So map is applied on every element of RDD and return a new RDD. Map is a transformation function which we generally apply on the RDD. Generate RDD first as a data frame does not have the RDD function. So this is very important. So whenever we are going to apply map function, we should apply map function on the RDD. Data frame don't have map function. So we need to remember data frame don't have map function. Map function generally applies on RDD. We are going to see in this exercise how we are going to apply map function in RDD. So in this exercise, what I am going to do, I am creating a list variable. This list variable has three objects. Each object has first name and last name. As we know that if you want to create RDD, then we can create with the help of a parallelized function on Spark context object. And we are passing the object which contains the data. So AP underscore data is a list variable which we have three elements, and with the help of parallelized function we are creating one RDD. Now on top of this RDD we are going to apply map function. So what this lambda function will going to do, if lambda function will going to pick x0, whatever the data present on the x position first place, and concatenate with whatever the data it is present in the second position. And generally with the help of a collect, whenever we want to print any RDD, generally we use the collect function over the RDD and print it. Here what I am just defining, let's do this till this, and then we will see what I am doing next. So let's go to the Databricks. Let's create one notebook. Name it as map. So I'm creating a list variable, and I'm going to store three objects. This is the first object. This is the second object. This is the third object. Let's run it. Now this list variable has been defined successfully. Now let's create a RDD. How we are going to create RDD? We are going to create RDD on Spark context object. So there is a function name as parallelize, and we are just passing the object which contains the data. Let's run it. This RDD object has been created successfully. Let's print the content of this RDD. How generally we print it? Take the RDD object, use the collect function, and see the result. We can see here this RDD has three objects. This one, this one and this one. Now let's apply the map function on top of it. So how we are going to apply the map function? Map RDD. How we are going to apply? We are going to apply on top of this RDD dot map, and what we are going to do? We are using lambda we have x plus what we are saying that it will concatenate with x which is present at the location first, and then we are concatenating with extra space, and then whatever the data it is present on the location 2. Let's run it. So what this map function will going to do, it will apply on each and every element of the RDD. Now let's print it. Let's print the content of this RDD. Print. Now we need to like collect collect function and just run it. Okay. The most we can lose is stage 2. Why it's giving error? Did I make something wrong here? This is the RDD. We are going to apply RDD map function, then lambda, then x, then okay. At the last, whenever we are going to apply the map function, no, at the last we need to put this comma. Otherwise, it will going to give error. Now it will work. Now see what it is doing. It is first printing. It's first taking the x variable. The x variable is what is this one? This two, S Santosh Sah, and in later what we are doing, we are just creating one more text here by combining first position of this x and second position which is present in x. So this is the first position, this is the second position we are concatenating, and this it is returning this full name Santosh Sah. Let's go to the PPT. We have seen that how we can concatenate values by getting the values from the RDD on the basis of position. So here we are getting x position 1, here x position 2. Now the same thing we are going to implement with the help of the function. What this function is going to do, it's going to take the value which is present in RDD and it will concatenate. First it will have the whole data which is present in the x, and then we are getting the first position value, then the second position value, and concatenating it, and it's returned the x. So let's see how it will going to happen in this exercise. So first what we are going to do, first we are creating a data frame with the help of AP RDD. AP RDD is nothing but here we have created it, and with the schema AP first name and AP last name. So this is first name, this is last name, that's why we have created a schema, and we are creating this data frame. Then what we are going to do, as we mentioned here, that whenever we are going to apply map function, it must be on the RDD, as map do not have any map function. So what the same thing we are doing here. So this is the data frame. First data frame we are converting into the RDD, and then we are implementing the map function, and the same lambda function we are going to apply, and here AP full name we are calling. This is the AP full name. And when this RDD is created, so what we are going to do on top of this RDD, we are calling toDF function. toDF function will convert this RDD into the data frame based on the schema which we have applied. So this is the first name, this is the last name, and this is the full name. So this data frame which we are going to create based on this RDD has a 3 column: AP first name, AP last name, and AP full name. And after that, what we are going to do, we are just displaying the content of this data frame. So let's see till here how it works in Databricks. So what I am doing first, I am just creating a data frame. How we are going to create the data frame? With the help of a spark.create data frame function, and the RDD which we are going to apply. This is the RDD I am going to apply to create this data frame. And what is the schema? Schema is AP first name and AP last name. Let's run it. Now this data frame gets created with the help of this RDD and with the help of this schema. So this data frame has 2 columns. So let's see the content of this data frame. See, it has 2 columns: AP first name and AP last name. So these are the 3 objects which we have stored in the list. Based off out of this list, we have created this RDD, and from this RDD we are creating this data frame. So it looks like this. Now let's get apply the RDD on top of this data frame. So as we know that data frame don't have map function, first we need to convert the map into the RDD, then we can apply the map function. So before applying the map function, let's create one function. Def AP full name. What is we are passing? We are passing X, and what it will return? It will X plus we are concatenating. How we are concatenating as take the value of the first position, concatenate with a space, and then again get the value of the first position, this one, and then return X. This has been defined successfully. Whatever the things we have done with the help of this lambda function, same we are doing in this AP full name function. So we have created this data frame. So let's apply the map function. So how we are going to apply? First, take this data frame and then convert into the RDD, and then apply the map function. In the map function, what we are going to do? We are going to implement lambda function, and then we are going to call this AP full name and pass the value. Let's run it. So this RDD it has been created. So let's see the content of this RDD. So how we are seeing the content, we are printing it. Okay. Let do not say this df data frame. Generally we generally put for the data frame. Let's create this, put in the RDD, means this is the RDD object. How we are printing the RDD object? First we apply the collect function and then print it. What the mistake I have made here? The mistake I have made here is in the function. I told you earlier also, whenever we are going to concatenate this, at the last we need to put this extra column. Now it will going to work properly. We can see it's taking the full data and then it's creating one more column with the concatenation of the first position of this data and the second position of this data. Now let's create a data frame out of it. So how we are going to create the data frame? We are creating the data frame by calling toDF function. So let's see how ap rdd full name underscore df. We are going to convert this RDD in a data frame. So let's call this toDF function, and in toDF function we are passing the schema. And what is the name of the schema, or what are the column of this schema? Then first is ap first name, then ap last name, and third is ap full name. Let's run it. Column ap full name. So we have seen how we are going to apply map function on the RDD and how we are going to apply map function on the data frame. So RDD has a map function, but data frame don't have map function. So if you want to implement map function on the data frame, first we need to convert the map into the RDD, then we can apply the map function. Let's go to the PPT. Thank you. If you like content of my video, then please subscribe my channel, like it, comment on it, and press the bell icon to get notification whenever I add videos.